Welcome back. We're still talking about the African Marketplace project, and
Okay,
ready.
so I have a question for you, Ma. And first of all, I want to say that you have wealth of beautiful knowledge when it comes to entrepreneurship. In fact, your page, every time I always look out for it and I go to listen to you.
Thank you.
So, so I know there's going to be trade fairs on this this thing, but so the trade fairs now, they said it's an African marketplace and it promises to be more than just goods and buyers, because I know that trade fairs, you know, here is just about buying, going there to go and buy. So, but this time around is bringing Africa together. So when this thing happens, what are we going to benefit, like the attenders and also the people who are exhibiting? What do we look forward to experiencing?
Okay, so from the event is from the 12th of November to the 15th of November. And on day one, which is the 12th, we're having a full day event of Africa storytelling. You know, the first half of it is like a business showcase session where we're having 3 plenaries. We've chosen 3 key areas for that session. Others will come in. We're doing some mini docus about different sectors where we have comparative advantage and where we're emerging. But we'll have these sessions on tech, on agriculture, and on the creative sector. We'll have those panels, and then we'll have different other conversations around that. So that first half would talk about the emerging trends, what's going on with the businesses and all of that, the areas that we're growing and that we offer the world something. Then we'll have like an exhibition on. You know, when I was talking earlier about the fabrics, the tie and dye and the ashoke, we're actually having a live loom on there on display. So people can understand the intricacy of the work that goes on, that there's more authentic, safer kind of texture to our fabrics. Most of our fabrics are cotton based. They're not artificial fabric based and all of that. So they're healthier, they're better for all of the conversation. And then there's work, real work done to develop them into the intricacies and to show the history of the emergence of it. We're doing the same with the address so people can see how it's done and all of that. So we have all that on display. And then in the evening, we have what we call the African Creative Evening. Where we're going to showcase various parts of our creative part. And all of that, plus other things, are being used also to drive market to the exhibition so that the exhibitors can get a lot of eyeball and visits and transactions. That's one side of it. But we're also intentionally inviting private equity and investor firms to be present. Why? I serve on some of those things. And I know that you're spending half your time trying to find the right businesses to invest in to upscale them. Now, if you have about 250 curated businesses that fall into that kind of category there, you get a chance to talk to them and find some of the businesses you can see what is viable. We also we're in conversations with some financial institutions who are trying to be our partners and sponsors for the event, who also we expect to have those financial conversations of how they can support those businesses forward. But more than that is you will find the businesses themselves can now start collaborations, partnerships. A lot happens when you gather the right minds together in the same space. Organically, things will happen without you even being involved.
Okay, so my question, I feel like you sort of answered it, but let me just ask it, and maybe you just add a little more detail. So when the African Marketplace Dubai 2025 is over, what would be the things, you know, that will make you feel or would point out that this was a success for you? What are the things that you hope to see, and then you're able to go away thinking this has definitely been a success?
Okay. Now, honestly, I would be glad for the last day or end of day 15th of November, considering how much work we know we're doing now and that we still need to do. But more than that, if I know that we brought the right 250 businesses into Dubai, if we know that every visitor we have attracted from the rest of the world that's come to see has been more inspired, encouraged, and educated about what Africa is, where we are in terms of enterprise, where we are in terms of the product opportunities, and their mindset is shifted to think about how to engage with us trade-wise. That would be a major plus. But, however, for us, this is only the first leg. The 12 to the 15 is the first leg of a long thing. Our actual long-term game is, we have this as proof of concept this year. We have another one in November 2026.
Okay.
By 2027 latest, the game plan is to build a permanent African marketplace in Dubai.
Dubai. Amazing.
So that we do not just come once a year in November for 4 or 5 days and go. That we create, because you know, when you're not used to a sector, you need touch and feel. You need to engage, you need to keep seeing. And so we will engage some people this year, but the world has almost 8 billion people.
Yeah, more people will emerge.
And Dubai is a shopping mecca.
Yes.
Everybody comes.
This is part of why it's the location. People come with a mindset to shop. So they will visit. They don't know all the brands. They don't have to. It's like if you go to Dubai and you go to their Dragon City.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
The
Like
Chinese companies there, they're small,
like
tiny
that for
companies.
Africans.
There's so many of them there. You don't know them before. But when you get there, because the Dragon City has attracted you, and everybody is in different section. You will go to the section for what you're looking for. You will talk to companies that you never knew their name before you got there. Then you start doing business with them. Once you've had the contact and you've had the touch and feel and the appreciation for the value and the quality of what they produce, the next transaction is between you. Then we will have a digital matching platform or as part of the bridging stages, and the permanent thing allows us 365 days
touch point.
touch point for African
After the
products. We can have other mini programs. Particular countries can come and say, we are focusing on this, we're coming to do this. And if we make a success of Dubai, we can carry that brand and move into other markets. By then, they already know about us and our collectivity and the power of it.
My heart is doing as I'm listening to
Even me, I'm scared of
because,
this.
because I recently started a sustainable, eco-friendly, sustainable fashion outfit.
Yes.
Where, because I realized that the aquacha from my people is dying. It's similar to
The tie and dye.
No,
Ashoke.
similar to Ashoke.
Okay.
So if you don't pay attention, you wouldn't know the difference. And I haven't been seeing it anywhere. And I realized that many of the women who used to weave locally were no more.
Because nobody's
picking up-
buying.
Yes, nobody's buying.
So the
nobody's
skill
picking up the
dies.
trade, nobody's telling the story.
Yes.
So I decided to start that. But the
Fantastic.
fear is, how do I break into the international market? I have many entrepreneurs who have started similar things, eco-friendly. We're trying to tap into the sustainable development goals to see how we can heal the planet.
But it's
while
all about
looking
the
beautiful.
story.
But how do we break into the international market? Many people will be watching out there to say, how do I tap into this? This is really good for my kind of business with what we're projecting the culture, Nigeria to the international market. How do we get in?
Well, first we have to have the right platform, which is what we're trying to create. 2, we have to have the right opportunities to do it. And then, obviously, we know that we've tried to keep the cost as reasonable as possible. We're looking for all the right kind of sponsors to work with us to help us keep the cost for every exhibitor as low as is possible. Dubai is not cheap. For those who know, it's not a cheap place. But no international market is cheap. There's just no way, which is part of why it's difficult for small brands individually to do it. But we're trying to sort of mitigate the cost. And what we're also saying is, like, we're having conversations with financial institutions, and we're saying, check your SME customer base. Find the ones that are export market ready or have exportable product line. Make it a service of support that you give. Buy some stands for some of those. Let them pay their own logistics, because you have to have a skin in the game and all of that. And let's try and get, because you see, some of the right products, the businesses might not be cash flow strong yet.
Yes.
But when they get the right visibility and they attract the right market, who benefits? Their banks will, because they can go back to say, I have this, order. Can you support me to do this? And if it's FX related, we benefit as a country.
Exactly.
Each country will benefit from it. If we break it down, imagine if each bank says, okay, I'll do 3, I'll do 5, I'll do 10. It's $3,500 for each exhibitor.
Yeah.
It's nothing. If a bank does 3 and they pay $10,500, what's that?
And imagine the gratitude of that business to that bank.
The loyalty.
The loyalty.
And the business return.
That would go.
The return on investment. If you were not...
Yes.
And the value is, look, we always want to talk about, growing businesses. You have to invest in growing businesses intentionally. So it's business development cost. It's us investing. We're trying to get the export promotion councils of different countries to be part of it, to say, look, find the right industries your country wants to promote. Find the right businesses who are market ready. Because also, we don't want to do a bad showing. We don't want to take the wrong businesses there and people go there and they touch and feel, you lose value. You also affect other people who have the right product. So we're being quite selective in trying, we're curating through applicants to ensure that you put your best foot forward. And then we're also, something else we're doing is getting what we call anchor exhibitors.
Okay.
If you're a key company in a particular sector, we want you to be there so the smaller ones can ride on the back of you. So we show the world, look, we have scale already for some, so these industries can grow. But this is a big successful one. These are smaller upcoming ones as well, but their products, and the big ones and the small ones can find ways to do business together.
Amazing.
And all of that.
Question.
Yeah, we'll take a short break here. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's based off on.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.